Welcome to the Our Team Podcast, powered by eXp Realty. Are you an agent looking to level up? Are you someone looking to buy or sell real estate? Fantastic. This is the show for you.
Welcome back to the Our Team Podcast, powered by eXp Realty. I am Luke Cameron with my co-host,
Gabriel Talamantes.
We are taking back over the studio. The Young Guns are back. Today we're going to be talking about new agents in the business and some struggles that you might be going through right now. So, Gabe, we are both new agents. We are new to the business. We are not new to life, but we definitely have been going through some struggles. I know I have. Can I say the same for you?
Yeah.
Okay. But hopefully we can provide a little bit of value out to those new agents out there who have been going through some struggles, especially with this changing market. So market is different than it was since a year ago. I can be pretty confident in that. The market was different a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and now it's going, as we talked about with one of our mentors, less of a gathering market and more of a hunting market, especially for realtors. We really have to go out and find those leads. And that's what we wanted to talk about today, finding leads and maybe some struggles you're going through. So one of the things with leads is past clients. We don't have any past clients or a lack of past clients. I've got a couple, you have a couple, but that's one thing that a couple people on this team here really go after is past clients. They can send them Christmas cards. They can send them emails. They can say, hey, well, I have this. And through those past clients, they get referrals. I know my dad has tons of past clients, especially with Blake. Blake Brent's on our team as well. He's got tons of past clients that he sends out the Christmas cards to. But with us, that's not a pillar of business that we have. We really have to find new people because we don't have anybody else to kind of lean back on. I just closed on a house a couple weeks ago, and I can't be emailing that lady going, hey, ready to list your house? Yeah. It doesn't work like that. So that's a pillar of business that's missing, and we have to replace that with something. But I try not to use a lack of past clients as a negative thing. I really try to use that as a motivator. I want to have past clients. That's you always want to have past clients, especially in business. People to give you referrals, because that's another thing that we work off of is referrals. If you know a realtor, ask about referrals. So little plug there. Referrals are huge in our business because they can give us people that we don't have access to or we don't know. I am working a referral right now of someone where the place I used to work. It's a referral. We're probably going to close next month, and it's great. And I've met the guy. He's fantastic. And then he's going to go into past client, from referral to past client. But if I don't have any past clients, I don't really have any referrals coming in, unless other people, from our sphere of influence. Those are ways that we can do that. But I want you to kind of talk about what do you do about past clients? What's your kind of take on that and our lack of, and how do we deal with that struggle?
Yeah, so any new agent has a lack of past clients. Like what you said, we have a sphere of influence. So like all the people that friends, family, past coworkers, or whatever. We have all those as referral opportunities. We don't have past clients. And I like what you said earlier. We are in a hunting market, not a gathering market. Yeah. So we have to go out there and find the business. There is no business that's going to be coming into us because we're brand new. Mm-hmm. So one of the approaches that we both take is farming, geographical farming. Yeah. For those who don't know what farming is, it's not an actual farm. It's you choose a neighborhood, preferably near where you live, preferably that has a high turnover rate. Right. For those that don't know what a turnover rate is, it's just how many homes in that neighborhood sell in a year. Mm-hmm. So typically you want to go above a 6% turnover rate. Right. And that's a good farm. And the reason for that is because you want more. If there's more transactions happening in that neighborhood, you want to attack that neighborhood. Right. And so for sure, for all new agents, I'd say that you should open get a farm. Mm-hmm. And what I do is I door knock. That's what I do. I door knock my entire farm. That's how I generate most of my business, is just from door knocking and getting people's emails and phone numbers at the door. And just recently, the main point of this podcast episode is how being adaptive. So we haven't seen we weren't in real estate in the previous market, but we're coming in at a great time because so many agents now are getting out of the business and they're leaving because they're not generating enough income because of the whole shifting market, and they're not willing to put in the work, go boots in the ground, and go back to the old school ways of getting business. I've been door knocking for a few months. Previously, I was coming off as really salesy, really scripty to the people I have conversations with at the door. I just recently shifted my system and how I approach that when I'm door knocking. I'm just more friendly now, being adaptive. So previously, my results were, if I were to door knock for 3 hours, I can get 3 people's contact info, email and phone number.
Yeah.
Now, by shifting and not coming off as so pushy and just being friendly and just saying, hey, well, I'd love to be able to help you out in the future. If you need anything, is it okay if I stay in touch with you? Just that line, I've been able to double my results, literally double. I can go and door knock for 3 hours. I'm getting 6 people's contact info now.
Right, being more friendly, but off of that line saying, can I keep in contact with you?
Yeah, just saying, I'd love to be able to help you out in the future if you need anything. Is it okay if I stay? Another thing I wanted to touch on is doubling down. My goal was to talk to 15 people. I've doubled that, exactly doubled it. So now I talk to 30. It's a long-term game. You have to be patient.
Right.
It's long-term.
Yeah.
Very rarely are you going to find somebody that's willing to sell their home right now and go.
Yeah.
You have to have the systems in place to nurture them after you get their contact info, provide value in every single follow-up.
Right.
And this is what I wanted to tap into. Right now, people are very fearful of the market.
Yes.
Transaction volume has slowed down significantly
Yes,
since
it has.
2021, 2022. So, and the main cause of that is just interest rates. So many people are so afraid of the interest rate. Oh, the interest rates are so high. Why would I sell my house at a 2% rate and then go buy one at 6%?
Right.
Like, it makes no sense. People are fearful of that, and they have every right to be. I love this analogy. People's fear is like helium in a balloon, and they're just going to go away if you don't tie a string around them. So like me getting their contact info is like tying a string around them. But their fear is so high. How do I get them to get their fear down? By providing value is going to deflate that balloon, and it's going to make their fear go away. And then when the time comes and they're ready to transact, they're going to be hitting you up to do that.
I love that. I love that analogy. That is awesome. Yeah, that's a big part of being a realtor, is just helping people be less afraid. It's a transaction at the end of it is a transaction at the end of the day. And
you have to guide them.
Yes, that's good. I like to see us as guides. We guide people through a transaction of buying a home. That's why you should work with a realtor.
Shameless plug.
The shameless plug. I wanted to say this real quick before I went back to farming. Interest rates. That's a big thing. That's a big topic right now. The news is preaching it. Everyone's talking about interest rates. And that's the biggest thing people talk about me too is, I don't want to do anything because of the interest rate. Interest rate is just a payment. And if you can afford the payment, don't worry about the interest rate. It's just a payment. That's what it is. Like the same thing as if you're going to buy a car. If you can afford the payment, you shouldn't be worried about that number. You should be worried about the number of the payment. I just wanted to say that real quick. That's a big pushback I'm getting for people now. And now that I'm telling them that's kind of shifting their mindset about it a little bit. They go, the interest rate. And I say, but it's just a payment. Just replace that with mortgage and you're fine, So I wanted to go back real quick to farming. Farming is super important, especially for new agents, to generate business, because all we're trying to do is generate new business. Because like we said, we don't have past clients. We have to find new clients. And through you, the infamous door knocker of the Hour team, you've probably knocked all of Riverside County by now. Approach that I take is I'm using a little bit more of the technology approach. So my follow-up is through the ad that I had run, pulling in info from my data, doing the drops and all of that, pulling people in from my website, through Zillow, through other channels. Follow-up is through technology. So I have my automation that's going, but I am doubling down on my follow-up. So my follow-up is every day at the beginning of the day, I write down all of the list of the people that I need to follow up with. And before it was like, I have about an hour of follow-up. Now it's like 3 hours. And I say, okay, I need to follow up with all of these people. And it's a long list, but through that, it's a touch. And that's super important is getting those touches out there in real estate. That's a big thing that we talk about. But it's hard. sometimes it's hard to follow up with people, and it's very easy not to follow up with people. It's I have to push myself to go, man, I need to follow up with those people today, because if I don't, someone else might be following up with those people, and there could be another agent or whatever, but it can be difficult to know how to follow up. So creating kind of hey, I'm going to call this person today, or I'm going to text, or I'm going to email, just something so you did do the follow-up. I think that's key, because then you go, well, I did follow up with them today. Not, I wasn't sure how, or I didn't. At the end of the day, you regret it. You say, well, I did. Anything is better than nothing. It's just better to do the touch than not to do the touch. Like right before we went on the podcast, I was kind of, thinking about texting a client I'm working with, and I said, I'm just going to text him. There's no harm in sending that text. It's the worst he can do is just read it and not reply.
Yeah. You guys got to ask yourself, what is the worst thing that can happen? What is the worst? Are you going to die if you send a text to...
The worst thing they could say is no.
Stop texting me.
We deal with rejection every day, and you can too.
I'm on the same boat with you as following up. Like previously you only had an hour follow up. Now you have 3.
Yeah.
Like previously when I, like a few months ago when I started generating some business, like, oh, okay, cool. I got 3 people to call today. Okay. Now 7. Now every day it's like at least 20. And I'm like, okay, I got like at least an hour of just phone calls, just following up with all my previous leads.
Yeah.
Stay consistent, always be prospecting. Really, you only need a few hours each day to prospect to generate more conversations, more appointments. It's a numbers game. The more people you talk to, the more successful that you're going to be.
That's one thing. I always try and have a conversation one a day with someone about real estate. And that's, sometimes it's in the grocery store, sometimes it's out on the street, sometimes I'm ordering food. My wife hates it because, I stop to people in the aisle at Target and I'm like, oh, hey, how about real estate? But I try and get at least one conversation in a day with someone who isn't in the business. So another agent doesn't count. You and me talking about it, that doesn't count for me. So it's got to be a complete stranger or someone I know. I know when you started out, you tried to call as many people a day and just have a conversation about real estate for a little bit. So that's something that new agents can do is practice. Talk to the lady who's bagging your groceries. Talk to her about real estate, because the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Those conversations might seem nerve-wracking at first, and I was nervous when I first started out. And but just have a conversation. It's just talking. You're not trying to sell her a home. I had a great conversation in the pet store the other day with the ladies. And I was like, I'm going to hand some keys to somebody today. And they're like, oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Left my card, who knows? They could know someone who's doing that. But those conversations, like you said, more conversations, more business. Was there anything else you really wanted to hit with new agents?
There's no secret sauce. It's just a numbers game.
Yeah.
More conversations, the more successful you're going to be. You just need more genuine conversations.
Right. And it's hard to have those conversations at first. It seems scary. It might seem daunting. It might seem, I have to talk to someone. We are in a people business. The home sells to you, and then I help you get it. So last thing I wanted to say, how do you as a new agent provide value and present yourself in a way where people can trust you due to your lack of experience?
I leverage the fact that I'm on a team. I'm on a real estate team that's been doing real estate sales for 20 plus years in the Temecula Valley. Not only do I leverage the team, you have to speak with confidence and conviction that you are the best person for the job. You have to believe in yourself and be confident. When you're on a team, you have conversations with people, with professionals that have been doing it for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
And they have all the experience in their back pocket, and you always have somebody to reach out to being on a team. So that's huge.
I like to say, I'm third generation. So I have generation of real estate in my blood. Like from my grandma to my dad to me, I am a realtor from the day I was born. We have this team of people that has a team of people that has connections to everyone you could ever ask. The last person I worked with, they needed a reference list of 30 people. And I said, look, I reached out to the team. I said, I need help finding all of these people. I got 35 people that I could hand back to her and say, look, these are people that I know that my team trusts. So we can leverage the team. I like to leverage the team as well, because we go, look, we have that experience where if I don't have the answer right now, I know someone who does, and I can get the answer for you. That's the value I can provide, is I can get the answer for you. I don't have to go out searching for a while. I know someone who has the answer.
Perfect.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Gabe. We are, I think we're going to be back. We're going to be back real soon. Taking over the studio. We're going to talk about some fun stuff coming up in the next few months. If you guys are interested in getting involved in real estate, Our contact info is below. We are going to be signing off. So like I said, I am Luke Cameron. You are?
Gabriel Talamantes.
Thank you for joining us on the Our Team
Hey,
podcast.
wait, before you go, would you do us a favor? If you found any value in this content, would you please like and subscribe to it? Maybe even leave a comment. It really helps us out.